Okay, recording. Okay, so we're starting on page 1217, and it's the end of the first column with Montano saying worthy Othello. See where we are?
Othello saying worthy Montano?
Montano saying worthy Othello. Page 1217, bottom of the first column, like 197.
Worthy Othello, I heard to danger your officer Iago inform you. While I spare speech, which something now offends me, of all that I do now, with all that I do know, nor know I ought, by me that's said or done amiss this night, unless self-charity by sometimes avenge. And to defend ourselves is to be a sin, when violence assails us.
Now by heaven my blood begins my safer guides to you. In passion having my best judgment collided, always to lead the way. Sounds if I stir, or wait, sounds if I stir, or do but with this arm, the best of you, shall sink in my rebuke. Give me to know how this foul route began, who set it up, and he that is approved in this offense, though he had twinned with me both at birth, shall lose me.
All right, so whoever started this, even if you were my actual twin who was born with me at birth, right, you would lose me. I'd be done with you because he's so mad about this big fight that just broke out.
What in account of war yet wild, people's hearts brimful of fear, managed private and domestic quarrel. The night and on the court and guard safety, his monstrous Iago contented.
Yep, so he's demanding of Iago. Who started it? Well, we know who started it. Iago really kind of started it because he made Rodrigo pick the fight, right? So, Iago, you gonna spill the truth or not?
Partially have been for leads in office.
Mm-hmm.
Thou dost deliver more or less the truth, and truth. Thou art no soldier.
Right, so tell the truth, gosh darn it. It's basically what Montano's saying.
Touch me not so near. I'd rather have this tongue cut from my mouth than it should do offense to Michael Cassio.
Okay, so it's a very backhanded Michael Cassio, I've got your back. I'd rather have my tongue cut out than to say anything bad about Michael Cassio. Well, he's getting ready to say something bad about Michael Cassio, right? And he's making it sound like they're forcing him to do it. He doesn't want to do it. He wants to stay loyal to Michael Cassio.
Yet I persuaded myself to speak the truth. Found nothing wrong with them. Thus it is, gentlemen, Montano and myself being in speech, there comes a fellow crying out for help, and Cassio following him with determined sword, execute upon him. Sir, this gentleman steps into Cassio and entreats his pause. Myself, the crying fellow, did pursue, lest by his clamor, as it so fell out, the town might fall in fright. He swift to foot,
so super fast.
Outran my purpose, and I returned the ground. And Cassio high.
Oh, you missed a line. For that.
Returned the ground that I heard the clink and fall of swords, and Cassio high enough, which till tonight I never might say before.
Right, so I've never heard him use a foul word up till tonight, right? So this is so out of character for Michael Cassio to behave this way.
When I came back, for this was brief, I found them close together, at blow and thrust, even as they were, when you yourself did part them. More of this matter cannot I report. But men are men, the best sometimes forget. Though Cassio did some little wrong to him, as men in rage strike those that wish them best. Yet surely Cassio, I believe, received from him that fled some strange indignity, which patience could not pass.
All right, so he hasn't called out Rodrigo's name. He's acting like he doesn't even know who Rodrigo is, some guy who picked this fight with him, right? He's like, he must have actually suffered, he must have received some kind of indignity. There's something that this guy did to provoke Michael Cassio, which is totally true. He's just leaving out the part of the fact that he's the one who set it all up, right? So he's saying there must be some reason that Michael Cassio reacted this way.
I know, Iago. Thy honesty and love doth mince this matter, making it light to Cassio.
Yeah, you're mincing your words, which means to say you're kind of choosing them carefully. You're trying to protect Michael Cassio. I know you're not giving us the full out truth here. You're trying to soften things for Michael Cassio.
Cassio, I love thee, but never more be officer of mine.
All right. Exactly what he wanted. Michael Cassio fired, right? So that means Iago can just step right into that position, right? It ruins Michael Cassio and kind of clears the way then for him to move up in the world. All right, so here comes Desdemona, who they were, their wedding night was, or their wedding celebration, I guess, was interrupted. So here she comes.
Look if my gentle love be not raised up. I'll make thee an example.
What is the matter?
All's well now, Stephen. Come away to bed. Sir, for your hurts, myself will be your surgeon lead them off.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's got some kind of magical medical skills now, maybe from being a general in the field. He knows how to do. He's going to take care of Montano's wound, right?
Yeah.
So they pull him off stage. Okay, go ahead.
Iago looked with care about this town and silenced those whom this
Viled, yeah.
vile brawl distracted. Come, Desdemona, 'tis the soldier's life, to have their balmy slumbers waked with strife.
Right, so it's just kind of the hazard of the job to be a general, that sometimes you have to get up in the middle of the night and deal with things, and she's learning that firsthand now as his wife. All right, so we're left with Iago and Cassio.
What? Are you hurt, Lieutenant?
I passed all surgery.
Mary, God forbid.
Reputation, reputation, reputation. Oh, I have lost my reputation. I have lost the immortal part of myself. And what remains of this seal? My reputation, Iago, my reputation.
And so it's very much a John Proctor speech there, right? My name, let me have my name. He's ruined in his mind. He's not physically hurt, but he doesn't see how he could possibly recover from this because his reputation is just in the toilet. And he is supposed to be like the second in command, the second highest ranking guy on the island. And now he's totally ruined. All right, Iago, what do you think of this?
As I am an honest man, I have thought you have received some bodily wound.
Right? So gosh, I thought you were actually injured. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not hurt.
There is more sense in that than in reputation. Reputation is an idle and most false imposition, oft got without merit, and lost without deserving. You have lost no reputation at all, unless you repute yourself such a loser. What, man? There are more ways to recover the general again. You are but now cast in his mood, a punishment more in policy than in malice. Even so, as one would beat his offenseless dog to affright an imperious lion, sue to him again, and he's yours.
Right. Sue means go ask him, pursue him, right? So basically he's like, okay, you've been canceled. That's it, right? You can spin this in a different direction. You just need to hire the right media people, the right influencers to kind of straighten out your reputation. And the way you do that is go back to Othello, right? And tell him you got this all wrong, figure out how to fix your reputation. You can recover from this, okay? You're not dead. Your reputation is messed up a little bit right now, but you can fix that. All right, Cassio?
I will rather soon be despised than to deceive so good. A commander was so slight, so drunken, and so indiscreet an officer. Drunk and speak parrot and squabble, swagger, swear, and discourse Fustian with one's own shadow. O thou invisible spirit of wine, if thou hast no name to be known, let us call thee devil.
Okay, so let's just call wine devil from now on. He knew he had problems with alcohol. He tried not to drink, okay, but he fell victim to peer pressure, ends up drinking, loses his cool, loses his job, and now he's like, let's just call alcohol devil. That's what it is. It just ruins me.
What was he that you followed with your sword? What had he done to you?
I know not.
Isn't it possible?
Is it possible? Like, seriously, you got in this huge fight with somebody you don't even know, don't know why you got into the fight, and now you lost your job over it?
I remember a mass of things, but nothing distinctly. A quarrel, but nothing word. Oh God, that men should put an enemy in their mouths to steal away their brains. That we should, with joy, pleasant, revel, and applause, transform ourselves into peace.
Why, but you are now well enough. How came you thus recovered?
It had pleased the devil drunkenness to give place to the devil wrath. One unperfectness shows me another to make me frankly despise myself.
Right. So it's kind of like he's so shocked that he's over being drunk and now he's just got totally mad. He's kind of thinking more clearly now. He doesn't seem to be so drunk as he was before. But it's just like one horrible thing replacing another because his wrath, his anger got him into this huge mess.
You are too severe a mortal. As the time, the place, and the condition of this country stand, I could heartily wish that this had not befallen. But since it is as it is, mend it for your own good.
I will ask him for my place again. He shall tell me I am a drunkard. Had I as many mouths as Hydra, such an answer would stop them all. To be now a sensible man, by and by a fool, and presently a beast. Oh strange, every inordinate cup is unblessed, and the ingredient is a devil.
Come, come. Good wine is a good familiar creature. If it be well
If he be well used, right? No, don't throw all the wine into the devil category. You can have a good wine if you use it well. You just shouldn't be getting drunk off of it.
exclaim no more against it. And good lieutenant, I think you think of
I have well approved it, sir. I drunk.
you or any man living may be drunk at a time, man. I'll tell you what you shall do. Our general's wife is now a general.
Right? So basically, she's wearing the pants in this marriage. He knows that Desdemona is going to be kind of calling the shots because Othello's totally into her. So anything Desdemona wants, Desdemona gets. So you can kind of see where he's going with this.
I may say so in this respect, for that he hath devoted and given up himself to the contemplation, mark, and denouement of her parts and graces. Confess yourself freely to her. Importune her help to put you in your place again. She is of so free, so kind, so apt, so blessed a disposition. She holds it a vice in her goodness not to do more than she is requested.
Right. So she has got a bleeding heart, got to help everybody. She's the ultimate like Key Club volunteer. So all you need to do is go to her and she is going to help you any possible way that she can. Right. Well, think about this. If he goes and starts sucking up to Desdemona, that totally fits into Iago's plan of making Othello jealous because he's going to see Michael Cassio sucking up to his wife and spending too much time with her. Right. It's all going to work towards Iago's big plan of making Othello jealous. All right, keep going.
This broken joint, you win her husband, treat her to splendor, and my fortunes against any lay worth naming. This craft of your love shall grow stronger than it was before.
You advise me well.
No, he doesn't, right? This is the worst advice he could give him.
I protest the sincerity of love and honest happiness.
I think it freely, and betimes in the morning I will beseech the virtuous Desdemona to undertake for me. I am desperate for my fortunes if they check me.
You are in the right. Good night, Lieutenant. I must to the watch.
Good night, honest Iago.
And what's he done?
The number of times they call him Honest Iago through this play is ridiculous. He doesn't seem to have done anything to warrant it, but he has that reputation. Everybody thinks they can trust him. Okay.
And what's he then that says, I play the villain? When this advice is free, I give and honest, trouble to thinking, and indeed the course to win them more again. For 'tis most easy the inclining Desdemona to subdue. In any honest suit, she framed as fruitful as the free elements. And then for her to win the more, were it to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin, his soul is so unfettered to love, to her love, that she may make, unmake, do as she lists, even as her appetite shall play the god with his weak function.
Right. So he's so into her that she can get whatever she wants from him. Right. Now, granted, she's the one who wants to help everybody. So usually she's asking for good things, but this might dial him up. Right. If he really thinks that she's into Michael Cassio, she's going to give it her absolute best try to help Michael Cassio. And that's going to rub him totally the wrong way once Iago plants the seed that Othello should be jealous. All right, how am I done?
How am I then fulfilled? To counsel Cassius in his parallel course, directly to his good. Divinity of hell. When devils will the blackest sins put on, they do suggest at first with heavenly shows, as I do now, for whiles this honest fool, piles Desdemona,
Plies, that means begs her.
wise Desdemona to prepare his for him, and she for him pleads strong with music. I'll pour this pestilence into his ear,
Yep, he's gonna pour this pestilence, all these doubts and lies about Michael Cassio and Desdemona. He's gonna be just feeding that right into Othello's ear.
as she repeals him for her body's lust, and by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the more.
Right, so the more she begs for Michael Cassio, the more he's gonna distrust her.
So I will turn her virtue in pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all.
All right, here comes Rodrigo, who's probably feeling a little discouraged at this point after what just went down. Got into a big fight. He still doesn't have Desdemona.
How now, Rodrigo?
I do follow here in the chase, not like a hound that taunts, but one that fills up the crowd. My money is almost spent. I've been tonight exceedingly well cudgeled, and I think the issue will be I shall have so much experience for my pains. And so, with no money at all and a little more wit, return again to them.
All right, so he's saying, game over. I'm out, right? What am I getting out of this? All I did was get in a fight and get beaten up by Michael Cassio. I still don't have Desdemona. I still don't have any money, right? How are you possibly delivering Desdemona to me when it looks like she's happily married with Othello? Iago, how are you going to manage it?
How poor are they that have not patience?
Yeah, be patient. Be patient.
What wound did ever heal but by degrees? Thou knowst we were by wit, and not by witchcraft, and wit depends on dilatory time. Does it not go well? Cassio hath beaten thee, and thou by that small hast sheared Cassio. Though other things grow fair against the sun, yet fruits that blossom first will first be ripe. Content thyself a while.
Right. So be patient, be content for a little bit. This takes a little time. So we've set the whole thing in motion. We ruined Michael Cassio, got him fired. So he's got to explain to him, how does that possibly help him?
By the mass, 'tis morning. Pleasure and action make the hours seem short. Retire thee, go where thou art billeted. Away, I say, thou shalt no more hereafter.
Yeah, so I'll tell you more about the plan later on. In the meantime, be patient.
Nay, get thee gone.
All right, so then back to soliloquy without Rodrigo.
Two things are to be done. My wife must move for Cassio to her mission.
All right, so move means to like get her to jump on this whole quest, right? Convince her that she needs to plead for Michael Cassio. So he's going to get his wife involved to get Desdemona to beg for forgiveness for Michael Cassio. So get the whole team in action here.
I'll set her on. Myself a while draw the Moor apart, and bring him jump when he may Cassio find, soliciting his wife. Hey, that's the way. Dole, not device by fullness and delay.
All right, so in the meantime, he's going to set it up so Othello sees Michael Cassio being all sucking up to Desdemona. Good? Questions, anybody? Pretty straightforward. We get it? Okay, I'm gonna end the recording.